Yeah. So these are behaviors that make another person feel unhappy, depressed or what? Or afraid. So this act, when it happens, like I gave an example, you are in the house, you are staying with somebody, the person serve meal to the children, give the children meat, and then the person neglects you. So it causes what? Emotional pain. Physical abuse. This involves the use of force against another person. Physical abuse. So sometimes you can see a man beating a woman. I witnessed an incident when a man was beating the wife, and this wife was pregnant, hitting the stomach altogether. So the man was causing a physical abuse to the woman. The last one is economic abuse. Economic abuse. Whenever we talk about economic, you must remember that what comes to play is what's about money. So economic abuse involves depriving a person of money which he or she is entitled to by law. Okay, you deprive somebody of money of which he is entitled to. So you go about destroying the person's property. So an example is destroying somebody's property. So you destroy the person's property, which is worth of like a money. You destroy the person's property. All of this violence, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional, economic, the effect. Let's look at the effect of conflict and then domestic violence. Effect. After these things have happened, somebody rapes another person, somebody beats their wife, somebody insults another person, somebody raises curses on another person. After this has happened, what are the end products? What will cause these things? After these things has happened, what will happen to the individual? Okay, so the effect, one, it can lead to what? Drug abuse. Drug abuse. So in a house where the man beats the wife, this is a domestic violence. So the man beats the wife and then both of them separate. What happens? What happens is that the children will now engage in drugs, taking cocaine, in order to satisfy themselves emotionally, because they are not having such an affection at home. So they will try to engage themselves in drugs, okay? Taking cocaine, marijuana, in order to satisfy themselves. It can also lead to broken homes. No one would like to stay with somebody who always insults, somebody who always raises curses or beats the person. So when it happens that way, it can lead to a broken home. A man and a woman staying together, and always the man has used the woman's face as a punching box. The woman will virtually leave the home, leading to broken home. And this is an effect of domestic violence. It can lead to child delinquency or disobedience. Here, this happens because the child always sees you, the father, insulting the mother, beating the mother. So this child also learns it. Okay, this child also learns it. So it leads to drug abuse, it leads to broken homes, child delinquency. It can also lead to lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. This happens when a child is always insulted, maltreated. This child will not be confident to come out to engage in things. So it can lead to lack of what? Confidence. Lastly, it leads towards timidity and shyness. Timidity and shyness. So these are some of the effects of domestic violence. Domestic violence. Those acts that happens at home and it causes pain to the individual. Okay, those acts committed in the house causes pain to the individual. Sexual abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and economic abuse. And we've also looked at the effects. It causes drug abuse, it causes child delinquency, broken homes. It can also cause lack of what? Confidence on the side of the children, and timidity and shyness. Let's look at this aspect. Skills in resolving conflict in the family. So you know that we have been dealing with conflict and domestic violence. So what are some of the skills involved? Skills involved. Remember, we said that conflict is a disagreement between two or more people. Okay, and we also looked at ways of resolving conflicts through the law courts, arbitration, avoid derogatory statements. Those are the ways of resolving conflicts. Here are the skills involved, what you require in order to what? Resolve a conflict. Skills in resolving conflict in the family. So specifically in the family. 1, you must have what? A listening skills. You must have a listening skills. One must have a good listening skills. When parents or elders are resolving conflicts, they must listen to all children involved in the conflict and not take sides before giving a verdict. So when resolving a conflict, one of the skills you must have is what? A listening skills. When you listen to each other's what? Views, each other's grievances before you make what? A verdict. So you must have listening skills. You must also let the parties know what the issue is. Okay? Allow both sides to know the issue. So after you have listened to them, let them know the issue. Let one person express his grievances, the other also express his grievances. So you listen to them, you let them know the issue at stake. You also allow the people to speak their mind. Allow them to speak their mind. So we are looking at skills involved in resolving what? Conflicts in the family. In case there is a disagreement between two or more people, what are some of the things you will require to resolve it in case you are called in to come and resolve the conflict? So we said have listening skills. You have to let them know what's the issue. You also have to allow them to speak their mind. The next thing is that you have to show interest in what is being said. You shouldn't be in the middle talking about the case and then you are not listening to them. Okay, so you have to what? Show interest in what is being said. Show interest. So let's add 2 more and proceed. Have listening skills, show interest. You have to let them speak their mind. They should know the issue. And then you also have to ensure a compromising position. Don't declare whether this person is a winner or this is a loser. No. Ensure that both of them agree and then they reach a compromising position. So in one way or the other, whenever you are being called to come and resolve a conflict, like we did in the class, you must have a listening skills, listening to them. Let them know the issue. You have to show interest in whatever is going on. And then you have to ensure a compromising position. Don't declare whether Amma is the winner and Kofi is the loser. No, you rather increase the case, make things worse off. So you have to ensure a compromising position. Lastly, you are looking at why do we need peace in the family. Importance of peaceful living. Importance of peaceful living. So all this while we looked at conflict and we said that conflict is not good. It's a disagreement between 2 or more people. And whenever we engage in it, it does not encourage development. So why do we need peace in the country? 1, for what? Unity. Okay? Unity. We need peace in the country because it promotes unity. It promotes unity. It brings all of us together to fight towards a common goal. So it brings unity. It promotes development. It promotes development. So we need peace in the country because it promotes development. When we are not engaged in conflict and we are all fighting towards the country's development, you see that everybody will be at a point of an increase. We will all be benefiting. But if we don't do that and we are always engaging in war, conflicts, the government will have to use that money for provision of our needs, to go and settle cases, to go and separate them, supply their needs as well. So we are saying that it promotes development, so we don't have to engage in conflicts. 3, it will lead to reduction of cases of broken homes.